Hello again. I figured that today I could do a little kind of mini-ish tour of my manga collection and also a little tour of my comic books and graphic novels. I already tried filming this video a couple of days ago and then I realized the audio was atrocious. So take two. First up, I guess we'll talk about comics. I'm not really a comic person just because it's very overwhelming. There's so many. I don't know what universe I'm supposed to start with. So I have very little, and most of them came in Loot Crate, which is where the box I keep them in came from. The ones I have are Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, Star Wars Adventures, Destroyer Down, 4001 BC, or AD, excuse me, oh my gosh, Action Comics, which is the first appearance of Superman, and Brave and the Bold, Justice League of America versus Starro the Conqueror. Spoiler alert, Batman's barely in here. It was very disappointing. So those all came from Loot Crate. Also in this box are this one issue of Mad Magazine, and then a friend gave me these various My Little Pony comics, so I have those. And then, as far as comics go, I have a couple of collections of comic strips. I have this collection, Random Zits. Zits, of course, is by Jerry Scott and Jim Borgman. And then I am a huge Bill Watterson fan, so I have two collections of Calvin and Hobbes, It's a Magical World, and of course, the indispensable Calvin and Hobbes. Moving on to graphic novels. This is the first one I ever read. It is called City of Light, City of Dark. The story is by Avi and the art is by Brian Floca. This is a really, really cool adventure set in New York City. I highly recommend it. Then I have Sandman by, of course, the great Neil Gaiman. So I have Preludes and Nocturnes, The Doll's House, Dream Country, Season of Mists, and I accidentally have two copies of Game of You. And my husband has been kind enough recently to get me these hefty boys, volumes 1 and 2 of Sandman. These are really gorgeous and I really have to finish reading them. And I have a couple more graphic novels. I have a couple of them. Well, I have the ones I'm reading currently, so I'm not going to go over those. This one you've seen a lot recently is the Heavy Collection of comics for Back to the Future by, of course, Bob Gale. I just finished reading it, so I put it on the shelf. And then my last graphic novel is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. This is really freaking adorable. Okay, moving on to manga. So, I normally have these on the tippy top of my shelf in a place of honor, and it is Fruits Basket by Natsuki Takaya. These are the special collector's edition volumes, which have like 2 volumes of the manga in one. They are absolutely beautiful. The first 3, my favorite, the first 3 I got from Anime Boston, and then these next 2 I managed to find online for not too bad prices, but I'm definitely planning on collecting the rest of them slowly because they're just absolutely gorgeous and I just really want to own Fruits Basket. So starting up top, we have the next series, which is hilarious and one of my absolute favorites. It is Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto by Nami Sano. So I have all 4 volumes of this series. It's funny. The anime is also absolutely hilarious. I love this series. My cat is named after him. It's just, yes. Okay. Next up, I have the first 4 volumes of Natsume's Book of Friends, and this is by Yuki Midori Kawa. This is also a really wonderful series and an absolutely wonderful anime as well. Okay, let's go with the one shots up here. Well, not really one shots, but these are ones I've kind of collected years ago. I only have 1 volume of each. This is Grand Theft Galaxy. This is by Trisha Riley Hale and Jim Jimenez. As you can see, it's not facing the way manga normally does. This is basically a American volume. Pretty good. I only have 1. I have 1 volume of Guru Guru Panchan, and this is by Satomi Ikuzawa. And I have 1 volume of Tramps Like Us. This is by Yayoi Ogawa. And the problem with some of these, the Tokyo Pop is, I now believe Tokyo Pop is defunct. So a lot of these ones I started collecting back in high school and college, and I'm gonna have to find the rest of them online, and that's kind of difficult because some of them are rather expensive. It's depressing. Alright. My next, actually complete series, my all-time absolute favorite manga ever, is From Far Away. This is by Kyoko Hikawa, and this is just a wonderful adventure. It is about a girl who is accidentally transported into an alternate world. It's wonderful. So this is volume 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Alright, another complete series that I have is 5 volumes of Paradise Kiss. This is a series by Ai Yazawa. It says volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Another complete one is Forbidden Dance, and this is by Hinako Ashihara. Volumes 3 and 4. It's a really cute short series. And then the next one is unfortunately probably never going to be complete. So it is Shutterbox, and this is by Ricky Simons and Tabisha. So I have volumes 1, 2, 3, and volume 4, and volume 5, from what I remember hearing, was never actually printed. It only exists digitally, and that's very depressing. So that is that series. Actually, let me put that here. Alright, moving downwards, we have this one is incomplete. Actually, let me see. Most of the ones on this shelves are incomplete series. So this is a series called Wild Ones. It is by Kiyu Fujiwara. It's really cool. So I have volume 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then I have a series that I don't know if I'm ever going to collect all of them, just because there's way too many. And it is, of course, One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. This is a great series, but it goes on for friggin' ever. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to have all of them because it's pretty impossible. But, so I do have 12 volumes, so that's cool. They are Romance Dawn, Buggy the Clown, Don't Get Fooled Again, The Black Cat Pirates, For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Oath, The Crap Geezer, which is one of my favorite sections actually, I Won't Die, Tears, Okay, Let's Stand Up, The Meanest Man in the East, and of course, The Legend Begins. Next up is another incomplete one, and that is Aquarian Age Juvenile Orion. Probably saw volume 4 in my unhaul video. I only have the 4 volumes. This is by Sakuraku Gokurakuin. So I have volume 1, 2, 3, and volume 4. I'm not sure if I will eventually finish this. I guess it depends. This was one of the ones that was a little more expensive back when I was first collecting it. I think mainly because of the couple of like fancy pages in here, but yeah. Alright, next big series. This one is complete, and it is Mars. This is by Fuyumi Soryo. This is the pre-story, Horse with No Name, and it also has a couple of short, unrelated stories as well. This is a big one. This is the first one I ever purchased myself. This is volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like Twilight vibes on that one, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, and volume 15. It's pretty good, pretty overdramatic, but I mean, it's geared towards teenagers, so there you go. Next up, I have a couple of series by an author. Well, I have the first book of a series, A Wise Man Sleeps by Mick Takuchi. It's pretty good. I do definitely plan on trying to find the others. And then I have the complete series by Mick Takuchi of Her Majesty's Dog, which is absolutely fantastic. It says volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Alright, we're almost there. Bottom shelf. Bottom shelf has a couple of, like, collections. So I have the Orange series by Ichigo Takano. So I have the Omnibus Volumes 1 and the Omnibus Volume 2. This is a heartbreaking series, but also really beautiful. So I have these two. I do know that there is like another extra little one, but I just haven't gotten that yet. Another omnibus series I have is Chobits by Clamp, which is just one of my absolute favorites. It's also a wonderful anime. This one is the Omnibus 2. I do have Omnibus 1, but I've lent it out to my brother. And then, let's see, I've got another couple of incomplete series. The first of which is The Queen's Knight. This is by Kim Kang-won. I believe that she is actually a Korean mangaka, not Japanese, but I could definitely be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. This is a really cool series. Another one with a girl being sent to an alternate world thing. I like that, I guess. So, volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright. This one's a little weird. It is one I discovered at Anime Boston a couple of years ago. I've only found the volumes there, so it is called After School Charisma, and this is a series by Kumiko Tsukani. It features... this one's weird. I'm gonna have to talk about this. This is about a boy who goes to a school. This is set in, like, the future, I guess. A boy who goes to a high school that is full of clones of famous people because they decided that, hey, let's fix the world by cloning famous people and have them fix shit, I guess. I don't know. So he is the only non-clone at this school. All different kinds of characters. Marie Curie, Sigmund Freud, Florence Nightingale, Napoleon Bonaparte. They clone Hitler. Not a wise decision on their part, I do have to say. So I have volumes 1, volume 2, 3, volume 4. This one has Joan of Arc on it. And then I wasn't able to find 5 and 6, but I did get volumes 7, 8, and 9. So this one has Freud. 8 has Ikkyo Sojun, and 9 has Roxwell. I have not read 7, 8, and 9 because I don't have 5 and 6, so I don't know what goes on in these yet. No idea who Roxwell is. I haven't looked it up yet because I want to be surprised, but yeah. So that's that. Then the last one is another favorite of mine, and it is the Pet Shop of Horrors series by Masuri Akino. These are basically short stories, and it kind of reminds me of Twilight Zone in a way, except it doesn't fuck with my head as much as Twilight Zone. But Count D is the owner of the pet shop, and he sells exotic animals and basically leaves a path of destruction with these exotic animals that teach kind of lessons, and not all of them are good. So it's made up of like different short tales, like that. So this is volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, this one came in plastic when I got it. 8. This one also came in plastic when I got it. 9. And 10. And then there is the offshoot series, which is Tokyo Pet Shop of Horrors, and I only have the first 3 volumes of that one. Because I liked it, but not as much as the original Pet Shop. So that is that. That is my full manga / comic strip / graphic novel collection. So hope you enjoyed. some of these series I do hope to finish. Hopefully one day if I can get a hold of them, but some of them, I don't know. I'd have to, I guess, reread them and see how I felt about them now as an adult and not as, you know, teenage me. But yeah, that's the tour. Hope you enjoyed. It's nice by me, so if it's nice by you, I hope you're at least getting out in your, I don't know, your yard or your street safely and taking in some vitamin D. Yeah. Hope you're hanging in there, guys. Bye.